Okay. Yeah.
Jesse said,
Okay. Welcome you all. My name is Preeta. From today, I will continue your Excel training. Okay. So, my name is Preeta. I'm from NICT. So, I think two classes are covered for you already. Anybody can confirm is my voice is audible? Apurva or Ashwin? Anybody? Is it clear? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Yeah. Fine. Thank you. So I'll just brush up for 15 minutes, then we'll continue. So MS Excel, if anybody asks you or from interview point of view, in one line, if I want to explain what is Excel, so we can say it's a electronic spreadsheet program. Excel is considered as electronic spreadsheet program. And one of the package under MS Office. So what we have taken the version is Office 2016. So we come across with various versions and like the very recent what we use is 2016 and you have the further version 2019 and one more is Office 360. So the current one is Office 360 where the benchmark or if you work with 2016 you are capable of working with even 2019. Okay. So here in 2016, so your current training with 2016. Okay. So MS Office application software. So we can say MS Office is an application software. To perform all official tasks. So the purpose of this software is to carry out all your official tasks, personal and official tasks. So we can say to perform all official tasks. So this much you might know already. So which is works like MS Office is released for various platform like Microsoft Windows. So I can there are MS Office releases which is based on Microsoft Windows, Mac OS. Then you have for Android systems. So we have various releases in that we are currently going to work for Microsoft Windows. That is under this operating system we are using MS Office. So MS stands for Microsoft. So it's a name of the company from where we got many software programs. Among this Microsoft Windows, Microsoft Office, MS Internet Explorer, MS Microsoft SQL Server. So like that, many softwares they have released. So from this unit, we got these product also. Okay. So I think these up to this it must be covered. Okay. So any doubts you can message me. And this is again I am just brushing up. So some many things you might crossed or some things might be new terms may be introduced. So any doubts you please message me and make interactive session because if based on your interest I can give lot of my inputs. Okay. Right. So here, electronic spreadsheet, the word we say in about Excel in single line, even if you go for an interview, you can tell it is an electronic spreadsheet program. For mainly it is introduced for doing all financial and accounting tasks. So Excel is meant for to perform all accounting and financial tasks. So for a company, what and all is related to accounting work, financial work, all this majorly you can carry out through Excel. Plus, if you wanted to generate reports, what we say like the important work in the organization, one of the work is MIS reports, which is called Management Information System. So for the top management to make any decision, we have to they have to analyze the past data. That means whatever the data they have collected in the from the real transaction, real process or real business, whatever is happen in your organization, from this they have to present reports. For example, how much sales I got for this month, in which area I got more sales, or for which product we are getting more sales, or which product we are getting less sales, in the which time zone. I wanted to find out the timing where I get more sales, which is my peak hour. So all this, if I from the actual business transaction, if you present the data that how the management needs for analyzing, for taking decisions, for solving the problems, we prepare the reports. Those reports are, yeah, those reports are called as MIS reports. So that you can prepare very easily using Excel. So throughout, like all over the world, or many of the all, what we can say, all the organization now they are using Excel for generating various kinds of reports which they can present to clients, customers, top managements, then who are all in the management side, who's taking decisions, who's analyzing, who's solving the problem. So what are the categories of employees are there for all of them, from storing the data, presenting the data, doing calculation, observation, analysis, reporting. So all they can do using Excel. So this is a reason it's very popular, and even that's how even that course come to your way. Okay. So uh, here in this electronic, we say the word spreadsheet. So that spreadsheet is all other way you can call it as worksheet. So now we can open Excel. So I'll click on the start button. If the software is installed, once you search, you will get Excel, or through run button also you can open. So I assume that you are already aware of opening Excel, or else if anybody have doubts, you can ask me. So from the home screen, here in Excel, we can create file using blank workbook, or other way is called templates. So here what we have is called blank workbook, and later you are going to work on templates. So templates are, it's also Excel workbook with predefined formats and predefined contents. So let us start with the blank workbook. So I just want to show you the spreadsheet structure. So now in your screen, I think my Excel window is open. Here you can see all the parts of your window element in this. The area which is made up of rows and columns, it's called worksheet. So this area we call it as worksheet. This worksheet is really help you for storing data, numerous kinds of data and numerous kind of reports. So now if you see in this work, so this is we call it as worksheet. In this sheet, it's made up of rows and columns which where I can start my data with this cell. So this rectangular area is called as a cell. So I can define worksheet consists of, it's organized with collection of rows and columns. So spreadsheet or worksheet are organized with collection of rows and columns. So it's made up of rows and columns. So now in the current version or after 2007, how many rows and how many columns are available in the spreadsheet? So this worksheet consists of 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 columns. Okay, so these columns are, so I want to go to the home cell, so I'm using go to, I'm giving A1. Okay, so here in this we could change the column name also. Now its column is instead of heading one ABC, it's denoted as 1, 2, 3. So we'll change it. Okay. So now you can see it is changed to alphabets. So here click on home menu, there is file menu. Under that options, in that the tab called formula, under that R1C1 reference style. So row, usually row is numbered. Somebody have to unmute. Who is playing song in your group? Okay, so here row 1 C1 reference style, if we have selected, then you can see the columns are marked as 1 to 3. So it is our choice, but usually the standard is column names has to be used with what? Alphabets. So the column will be marked like this, A to Z. So you can scroll and check. So after Z, it will start with A, B, like that. The last column is XFD. So you can see here, your last column is marked as XFD. So to move your cell to the last column, the shortcut key is Control plus right arrow. Okay, so Control, place the cursor in the beginning wherever you want. Just right arrow, Control plus right arrow. If you press, immediately it will go to last column. Okay, so to move cursor to last cell or last column of a sheet. So which row you are, from that row last column. Same way, to reach the last row of the sheet, you can use Control plus down arrow. So which I just write as down arrow. You can press Control and down arrow when you are working, which is to move the cursor to last row of a sheet. Last row of a sheet. Okay. So this, you when you are practicing, you have to try this. How to move the cell around your worksheet, that is cursor. So Control plus home key if you press will go to A1. That is A1 is called home cell. In a worksheet, the first cell is called home cell. So home cell address we point it as A1. Okay. So how do you reach home cell? Control plus home. See, if I take a new sheet, you can see where is your cursor now in A1. That is called active cell. Okay, so now if I move the cursor to this position, now I'm in G column, 6th row. So this is active. But as soon as you take a new sheet, or if you be in a new worksheet, your cursor will be in the first cell. That means A1. So A1 is called as home cell. Okay, to reach the home cell in any sheet, Control plus home. So you can be anywhere within a sheet. So for example, I go to A100, somewhere around. So wherever you may be. Okay, at the time of working, you may move on to any row, any column at your requirement, where if I wanted to move the cursor to beginning of that worksheet, so what I should use? Control home. So those who are working from laptop, you have to use control function home. If you are working in desktop, directly control home. Okay. So from laptop, you have to use control function key and home. Okay. So whatever shortcut keys I am telling, it will be important. So for your work purpose, uh, once you go for a job, these are all, if you start practicing from now, it will be easier. So remember and try to use it. Okay, so I'm telling about home cell. So A1 is called home cell. To wherever I can be, to bring my cursor to that cell, we use control plus home. Okay, now, so I started what is worksheet. Worksheet is made up of rows and columns, I said. So we have in the current version, or you can see, I can tell Excel 2007 onwards, means from that version, uh, we have 10,48,576 rows and 16,384 columns. So this is the capacity of one sheet. So I can tell, I can store nearly 10 lakh records in a sheet. So worksheet allows you to store huge volume of data. So the first thing, storing data in form of rows and columns, so that the readability, whatever like calculation part, then searching, so all this work will be easier if the data is organized in rows and columns. So that is the first feature of your worksheet. So worksheet can organize the data in rows and columns, and we can store maximum, I can say approximately 10 lakh, more than 10 lakh row. So let's say if I have to store all the college student data. So every batch, every semester, every year, so I can organize into different workbook, or in a same workbook. Suppose if we have 5 batches, then for all the 5 batch students, I can prepare in different sheets. So as per our requirement. So it's so that it's a end user level package, and anybody can learn and they can start using it. So the first feature of worksheet is to store huge volume of data in form of rows and columns. So this is your first feature. This is about worksheet. Second thing, here as I said, we can store. So after storing, our first task, like you want to do any kind of calculation work, So here Excel is familiar for writing formulas and functions. So we can do calculations using formulas and functions. So this is one important feature in Excel. Excel is familiar for that only. So you will be learning. So here in 2016 we have more than 400 functions. Okay, only built-in functions are as a beginner you can tell formula. So we have more than 400 formulas. We are around 460 formulas. So everything we for different field I can do financial, accounting, statistical, engineering, trigonometry, working with the date and time, working with the text, working with logical values. So like that various categories we have. So throughout your syllabus you will be learning basics as well as advanced formulas. So easily you can write your own formulas and which is already predefined. Those are all called functions. So formula is user defined. Okay, what we define. So I'll give an example. So formulas are user defined. Okay, functions are predefined, which is already there. Okay, so we can say predefined or functions, user defines our formula. But in normally they tell Excel, in Excel you can write we have formula. So both they will tell in one word for formula, but actually predefines are called as, technically speaking, it is function. But what we define is called formulas. Okay, so we say functions are predefined one, which means already present in Excel. Let's say small example, get the clarity with the. So I enter number directly into a cell. So when once you type the data, press enter. So that is a confirmation that you are entered. Automatically it will go to next cell. Okay. So now I entered. If I write, for example, equal, that value 12 is present in D column, fourth row. So it's marking, you see, as soon as I start equals D4, it's marked plus. I'll say D5 plus D6 plus D7 plus D7, 8. So this is, we are writing with just equal symbol, D4 plus D5 plus 6 up to 8. So this is called formula. And what is called function? Equals sum of D4 to D8. So colon is to represent 2. Okay. So now sum is already predefined in Excel, which is find the total of the values in the given cells or in the range. So right now D4 is D4 colon D8. It's called a range. So this is predefined with the name and the job also. What it has to do for us? It has to finding totaling. So that is called function. Okay. So is it clear? If we, for example, one more time I will make you clear. So for example, if I say here I have principal amount, or what we say just amount, here I have rate of interest. Okay, so for example 5% I write here. I wanted to get the interest, how much interest for 10,000. So here if I write G4 into H4, so what I get now, this is called formula, equals G4 into H4 is the formula, right? So user defined as per their requirement using operators, arithmetic operators. If you follow the, if you write your own, that is called formulas. Uh, so now I think minimum you should understand now. So what we write to get the calculation, if you write your own expression, that is called formula. Whatever is already created, so if you go to formula, you have, these are all, even they have given heading as formula, but technically we say these are all called functions. Okay, so it's why they have made the heading like that. The reason is for the end user, any kind of users will be working on it. So for them, formula, functions, or different terms will be uh, only like those who are continuously working, for them it will be easy. So that's the reason. So we can categorize functions and formula. So Excel is familiar for both functions and formulas. Okay. Next, here in Excel, you are going to work on charts, pivot table, like various tools are there. It's mainly for doing all sort of data comparison. So for example, if based on the student performance, I wanted to give the grade, or I wanted to analyze, or I wanted to promote them to the next level, or based on the sales, I wanted to consider like how much sales, or what is the student performance with the previous year and this year. So that is usually we'll do comparisons. Like comparison is for what purpose? For improving our performance. So last year how much it is, this year how we are growing. So only if you analyze, you watch your performance, then you will be in track, so that you will improve yourself. So here in Excel, we can easily do the data comparison and data analysis. So this is one of the important tasks in Excel. So you will be learning various tools for doing this. Okay. So data comparison and data analysis. So here under this, for this reason, you will be working on charts, pivot table, consolidation, etc. So like this, many tools you will be using for doing data comparison and data analysis. Okay. So like this, we'll be working on various features with Excel. So in that, the first we said worksheet. In the now we are going to work on the worksheet features. Means what are the things you can use. Okay, that I will introduce. So here I'm just deleting existing sheets. So here user can, in the current workbook, user can add any number of sheets as per your requirement. You can insert n number of sheets. There is no restriction. User can add, or user can get n number of sheets as per your requirement. That means up to your hard disk capacity, memory capacity, you can add the sheets. So now by default, when I start a new book, new workbook, I get one sheet. Okay, so this is also customizable. Whenever I create a book, I wanted to have minimum three, minimum two, or one. So it is your choice. So it's already we have configured in the such a way that start with one sheet. Okay, so later you will be knowing how to add the sheets also. I just show you here, file, options. So whenever you start a new book, how many sheets you want, include this many sheets to the new workbook. So if I say now 3, okay, so how I come to this option, file, options. In general, first tab, under that include this many new sheets when creating new workbook. When creating a new book, I wanted to add how many sheets. Okay, I set now 3. So now I should close this workbook. Okay, now again if you start Excel, because that setting you can get it only when you reload it. So now if I start a new book, you can see below 3 sheets are added. You are getting? So whenever you create a new book, how many sheets you wanted to have, at the beginning only, that you can decide. But usually for the memory reason or anything, anyhow, minimum one is needed, and later on you can add or remove. It is your choice. Okay, so we can change minimum to one, or more than n number of sheets you can add. Okay, so next time when I open book, I will get only one sheet. Fine. Here, I'll remove other sheets. Delete, right click, delete, which deletes unwanted sheets. Okay. I have a question with any one of you. Ashwini, Baswaraj. So you text me, or you message me, or you can, yeah, you can message me. What is spreadsheet? What is called spreadsheet? What you understood? So just I'm randomly asking, just to understand. For me, I wanted to know how much you can understand. Okay, so in between I used to ask questions. I asked the question for Ashwini. Ashwini, are you there? Okay, Ashwini, I think she is not responding. um, Chandan, can you answer my question? What is worksheet or spreadsheet? Kushal, can you answer my question? What is worksheet or spreadsheet? Santosh, are you there, or just you started the participant and you went somewhere? Santosh, just message me if you are there in online. I think they are not there in the participant. Just they have logged in. Okay. Who's listening? Please answer my question. What is worksheet? What you understood? I was telling.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Who's this? Who's answering?
Ma'am, Shubham. Shubham.
Subham. Yeah. Tell me, Pa.
Yeah, ma'am. What is your question? Can you repeat, ma'am? Worksheet and spreadsheet.
Yeah. Both are one and the same. What is worksheet or
Ma'am,
spreadsheet?
worksheet and sheet are both are the same thing only.
Yeah. What it means? Or if suppose you are,
Worksheet and sheet is both the same only, ma'am. I think. Yeah.
yeah, both. It's no need. It's a right only. But what I'm asking, what is worksheet? How do you define worksheet? If somebody asks
The
you,
place where we work, ma'am. That thing is worksheet.
yeah. So is right. So in Excel spreadsheet, we it's considered as it's organized with rows and columns. Okay, spreadsheet or worksheets are nothing. it is organized, or it contains, or it is made up of rows and columns. That we call it as spreadsheet, electronic spreadsheet, where you can enter your data and you can continue with your formulas and functions. Okay, fine. So I wanted to know you are there or you are listening. Okay, no issues.
Ma'am.
Yeah. So here, uh, in this worksheet, how you can, what are the types of data you can enter. And if you message me the questions what I asked, and I'll get satisfaction that you are listening and I'm doing the things which, something which favor to you. Okay. So now I'm going to explain you in this we say this rectangular area is called as cell. Okay. So now this green, uh, what you say, the rectangular part is called a cell. So here I asked you the question, what is a spreadsheet or worksheet? So spreadsheet or worksheet is made up of cells. Okay. So this cell is your exactly your working unit where you can enter your data. So now you can see, now currently I'm in F4. So this rectangular region is called a cell. So cell is nothing, an interjunction of a row and a column, of your row and column, interjunction of the row and your column. So each cell can be referred, can be identified or referred or identified using cell address. So usually cell address is formed by column name and row number. So cell address consists of, first it should be denoted with column name and row number. So you can see here every cell I have D3, D4. So where I point now, so this is followed by name, that is column name and a row number. So you can see in the name box, the left corner where I move my mouse, you can see here, this area is called name box. Which cell you select, that name appears over there. So it's called name box, left corner above your worksheet. Right side what you have, it's called formula bar. So once I type data into the cell, so that formula bar will also show the data. Or if I type, for example, I'm giving D4, is it greater than 100? So I'm checking this D4 is greater than 100. So it's not greater than 100. So it says now for me false. So now in this cell, what value is showing as false, but what is the formula that you can see in your formula, or if you press F2 also you can get it. So I'm saying what is the use of formula bar. So once you place cursor on the cell, the formula bar shows the formula. So what I have written right now, D4 greater than 100. I'm asking, is it D4 is greater than 100? So the relational operator is compared and it says false. So this is one of the example of formula, and I wanted to show you formula bar. So that's the reason. Okay, fine. Now why the cell address important is, if I wanted to refer that from another cell, so I need cell address. So if the cell address is not given, how do I refer that 56? Okay, so here every area or every cell have cell address. So it is important, everyone should know the cell address is formed by the column name and row number. So where you are locating now, I located here in 10th row. Okay, and I referred F, column F. So this, where this column and row meets, that forms a cell. So every cell is addressed with cell address. The cell address is formed by column name and row number. Is it clear? So cell address you should know, and this is important for the further classes. So note down on your notebook. Next. So a cell can recognize means as soon as you type, it's a ready-made that is it's a developed one and it's ready-made for you. That is means it automatically as soon as you type, a cell can recognize the following data or the following types of data. So under that I'm going to list text data, then numeric data, then boolean value, boolean type, then date and time, and formulas and functions. So whenever you type data into the cell, that data can be of any of this. It could be a text data, numeric data, boolean, date and time, formula or function. Okay. So what is here text data? Let's say I write text content Excel. So this is example of text data. I write here some combination of alphabets and number. For example, A101. So this is also text. Or if I have, for example, Excel underscore 16. So that any data with the combination of alphabets, numbers, spaces, and a combination of symbols. All this considered as text data. So Excel automatically treat these are all text data. Okay, so you should know what is text data, or we say string. Okay, so text, or already you might know this, but that word. So what is text? If I say text function, so when I come to that chapter, I just say what text function. So what is text if you know? So that means the functions are formulas which is related to this process are called as, or we are which is related to this. So we say text or string function. So the data which is with the combination of alphabets, then alphabets with numbers, alphabets with symbols, alphabets with space, like something like employee name, student name, address, description, product name. All this comes under mail ID. These are all examples of text or string. Okay. Then automatically string or text are right left aligned. In a cell, it will automatically get aligned right left side. If I type number, okay, now I'm writing 67. I write one lengthier data. I write the numbers with the decimals. So now you can see as soon as you enter a data in a cell, it's got a right aligned. So this difference you should know. As soon as we type a text, suppose I type here now Bangalore. So it's a, as soon as I type, it will get in the cell. I extend the width of the cell. So you can see Bangalore is in that cell, left side is aligned. I type number, for example, 560085. So it's a it's a consist of numbers, so it will automatically get right aligned. You can see in the cell it's got right side and this is moved automatically to left side, but boolean value you see it is automatically moved to the center of the cell. So the cell can recognize automatically it is a text data or it is a numeric data. Okay, so in numeric again you have integer and real numbers. Integers are without decimal places, okay, whereas real numbers are floating values. Okay, so we in the numeric you have integer type and one more is real numbers. Is it okay? So something like financial values or um, anything which have decimals like average value, then height, weight, then as I said, accounting value, quantity, all this comes under numbers with the decimals. So we call it as real numbers or decimal numbers or float numbers. Integers means without any decimals. Okay. So this is text or string, and this is numeric. Okay. So text data, numeric data, and it can automatically recognize date and time. So the cell now I'm entering 0208 2021. So now you can see here, this is considered as a date. You see here, it's, or I enter just a control semicolon. So the format is like, they have made it like this. So you can change this. So everything you can alter as per your requirement. Okay. So now it is in month, day, month, year. So this settings can also be altered through options. So that how you want. Okay. Okay. We'll see how to change it. Okay, usually it will be in MMDDYY format, but right now the format is changed. So even you can change the display here. So first you want month, date and year. Yeah. Okay. So it can automatically recognize date and time format. So now we can see it's, I got the system date by using the function it's now, and to get system date I use today. So again you will learn in detail, but now as of now I wanted to show you date and time, so I'm entered. So the system can recognize date and time. So means with the date, what are the calculations is possible? With numbers, what are the calculations are possible? With string, what are the manipulations are possible? So that we can come to know only if we know the category of data types. Okay, the data what we enter can be categorized basically text, numeric, date and time, and one more I said Boolean type. So what is that Boolean? So after the evaluation, it returns either true or false. I said the previous example. So I have a number. For example, I return one negative number. Here I am checking if this value is greater than 0. So we know that minus 20. So I am just comparing if E21 greater than 0. So it says now false. So this true or false is called Boolean value. So you might, if you know, it's good, I'll just make a note of it. So any expression finally, if it returns true or false, that is called as Boolean value. So Boolean is one of the type. Okay. So again, like when to use, where to use. So something like conditional based, you have to check condition, and based on that you have to take some action. So for that we need to work on Boolean. Okay, it's nothing. True means 1, false means 0. So then the cell can automatically recognize formulas and functions. So formula or function, it has to execute it, or it has to evaluate and give back the result. So whatever I enter for doing calculation, so I said no, equal to sum of, if I enter some values, now it will find someone written. So it express and it will give you the result back. So the cell can understand automatically this is a function and it has to be executed. It has to give back the result. So these are all, we call it as data types supported in Excel worksheet. So that's what I mentioned here. In Excel worksheet, as soon as you type, your data will be considered as text data or numeric, Boolean, date and time, formulas and functions. So why I should know all these things? So that, okay, so that I can identify what are the manipulation I can do. Only with numbers I'm able to do all sort of calculations, and with text only some set of calculations, with the date and time some set of calculations, and here later part you will be working with formulas and functions. So now here if I say text function, so what is text function? Now the any data which is with the combination of alphabets, numbers, space, symbols, with that data you can use this. If it is date and time, you can go to date and time. If it is a mathematical function, your data should be numeric value. If it is a Boolean value, you can work on logical functions. So this will help you that what kind of data it is. So I cannot use text function on numbers or number function on text. Correct? Only with numbers I can do all calculations like arithmetic calculations. Can I do arithmetic calculation with text? Is it not possible? No. If I have a text data, if I ask to add or if I ask to divide, will it work? It will not work. So as a basic, we should know only with numbers we can do all calculations. Okay, so here for writing our formulas and functions, basically we use some operators. So in that particularly arithmetic operators. So there's a basic symbols which is addition, plus is for addition, that is minus, hyphen is for subtraction, asterisk is for multiplication, slash is for division, and cap symbol is for exponentiation. So these are all called arithmetic operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and exponentiation. Here, any doubts you can message me in the chat box. I can clear. Those who are attending, those who are interested, you can ask your doubts. Don't hesitate. I'm ready to answer your doubts. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So we have, for comparison, I have relational operators: greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, then you have not equal, then you have equal to. Okay, so these are all called relational operators. Example, now if I write equals this value, I can get addition. If I say equals 34 minus 10, so I'm getting as 24. So whichever formula or function, whatever it may be, first rule is you have to start with equal symbol. If I don't start with equal symbol, what happened? It will consider as one text, so it will not evaluate. So when it will evaluate? Only if the cell or if the formula or function start with equal symbol. It is mandatory in Excel. Any formula or any function, even if I write equal to, without equal to, if I write sum of numbers, remaining all I'm doing correct, but I didn't start equal symbol, so it will understand it is a text, so it will not evaluate. So when it will evaluate, when the Excel will understand, it has to calculate and give back the result only if you put equal. Okay, so this is how the formulas are communicated to Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so here same way I can do division of the values. I'll get the result. So now I'm getting 7.5. This is real number or floating point. Next, or floating float values. Then equals. So we set the cap symbol. It's for exponentiation, finding power. So I say 5 to the power of 3. So 5 will be multiplied 3 times. So that is exponentiation. So like that, any number and anything. So 9 to the power of 5 or 9 to the power of 3, any range you give, it will get calculated. So 9 into 9 into 9. So base is 9, exponent is 5. So 5 times it will multiply the base. So finding power, we use exponent. Okay. Next, so these are all the operators. Or if you write in a cell, for example, I write here 5 and here 7. I want to find exponentiation. So this cell address, exponent, the next cell address. So I got it now. So once I refer cell address, the advantage is my result will get updated immediately. Now I am changing base to 3. So 3 to the power of 2. 3 into 3. So I'm getting. So what is the difference between using cell address and direct value? So direct value, it does, see here if I write 3 to the power of 2, I get the result. But if I do changes here, the second cell will not get reflected, means the F38 value will be remain same, but F37 value will get updated. So now I change to 3 to the power of 3, 6 to the power of 3. So every time it's getting updated automatically. So automatically it will recalculate. 6 to the power of 3 is 216. But this direct value, if you use any changes with the cell, that means the source cells will not get reflected. Okay. Okay. For all of you, 1 5 minutes break I will take. Even you can also. Okay. So now it is 2:59. We'll start by 3:05. Okay. So I'll join again after 5 minutes. So can be continued. Okay. Hello, shall I continue? Anyone can respond. Adarsh, Afreen, anyone can message me if you are,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, okay, fine. So we'll continue. So we have discussed about what are the how like you can start your simple formulas using arithmetic operators or relational operator. Arithmetic operation is for doing all arithmetic calculations. So this exponentiation is new, so which you can make a note. And relational operators is for doing comparison, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and this is not equal. Okay. If I wanted to check if, for example, the value which I enter, so equals, so some just an example, if the 39 is not equal to 100, so we know that, so it is not equal to 100, right? So if I say 100 and, or if I say 100 exactly, what will give false? So this is equal to 100 exactly, and E39 is equal to 100, so we are asked to not equal to, so it has given false. But if I enter, now it says true, so 780 is not equal to 100, so it has written true. Okay, so basically this relational operator is used for comparison. Okay, comparison between values, particularly with numbers, and it will return either true or false. Okay, and which returns true or false are called as boolean value, or other way, logical values. Okay, so anything which do comparison and returns true or false are called as logical process, or logical, the formulas which is based on that is called logical formulas or logical functions. Okay, so this is just a basic. Again, when we start the formulas and functions, you will learn better. Okay, so here any formula or function must begin with equal symbol, that you make a note in your notebook. So any formula or the function must begin with equal symbol. Okay, so any doubts in this? So the inner cell, you can write your text data. You can write your data can be categorized as numeric data, date and time, boolean value, formulas and function. So automatically a cell can recognize, as soon as you type this data, it will recognize. Based on that, you can carry the operations. And here, these are all, we call it as list of operators. When we are writing your formulas and functions, we use. So in normally to do arithmetic calculations, we use this arithmetic operators. Okay, right. So any doubts up to this, you can ask me. Any one of you have any doubts in respect to that? So today just we started that the brush up of the old things, and we just started what is worksheet or spreadsheet. So it's made up of, spreadsheet means it's organized with rows and columns. So here you can enter your data using cells. So collection of cells will be available in a spreadsheet. That cell is a main unit where you can type your data, and with that data you can do all kind of calculations. So that we have seen, and every cell can be recognized using column name and row number. So that is called cell address. And the data what we can enter in a cell can be categorized into this category. Okay. Fine. Now, if I want to insert a sheet, what are the way I can insert? The first simple one is in the bottom area, you have that plus symbol, which is showing the tip as new sheet. If you click on this, you will get a new sheet. Or through keyboard shortcuts, you can use Shift F11. So if it is through keyboard, you use Shift and F11, which insert a new sheet. Or other way, through the command. So here in Home tab, you have Insert Sheet. So any one of the way you can give. Just simplest one is click on plus symbol, will insert. Or if you are not in using mouse, you are already in the keyboard work, and if you want to get inserted, Shift F11. Or through the command also you can insert new sheet. Okay. Then your sheet, by default the name of the sheet will be sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, like that. You can rename it, right click, rename. So I just here session 3. Okay, so I'm giving the name. So whichever it's in respect to the current work, you can give the name. It's a reporting sheet, you can give the, for example, mark sheet of the February month, or the expenses report of the month February. I can write it here, February expenses report. So you can name it properly so that as soon as I see, I can recognize immediately. Okay, if I'm entering here the student data, I can say student. So whichever name I want, I can rename. Actually, it has to better to rename so that whenever if you come back, you can easily recognize this sheet is about what, this sheet is about what. So if I just name as, if I use the default name, will not be better way to recognize. Okay. So if you want to recognize immediately when you go for a job, when you are working in a company, you wanted to keep it track of everything up in like immediately by seeing this sheet, the it's about what, so that can be understood with the name or heading of the sheet. Okay, so it's better to rename it. Fine. And insertion, there also insert option is there, will get inserted. But there if you go to in that way, it will ask you with what type of worksheet you want to insert. You wanted to get a template sheet, or you want to get a chart sheet, or a macro sheet worksheet. Okay, so a workbook can have collection of worksheets, chart sheets, and macro enabled worksheets, and template based worksheets. So this is new for you. Whenever we say new, we'll get a new sheet. But what are the types of sheets are there? One is worksheet, second is chart sheet, third one is macro based worksheet, and fourth type is template sheets. Okay. Plus, if you go, you can, these are all template sheets. Means if I say sales report, I'll get one predefined sheet with exactly how the sales data appears. Okay, so it's a sample table. Okay, so this is also possible. You can see here it's added automatically many other sheets which is related to sales, product based. Getting. So in your worksheet, it's automatically added some group of sheets in respect to sales that you can see here: source data, by product, by product customer filtered. So this is predefined worksheet that is called template sheets. Okay, so right click on worksheet. When you go for insert, you will get these options. Even you can take from online also. Apart from expenses report, personal monthly budget, even you can use this to write your personal monthly expenses, income, what you are doing. You wanted to maintain your own expenses reports, personal purpose, you can use this. Or like once you like for a home purpose, like in your family what and all is happening, expenses, income, how to save, where you are spending more, or you want to analyze, you can go for personal monthly budget. Okay, so these are all different things available for with the predefined features. Okay, in a new worksheet if I go, these are all the things available for me. Okay, I'll just remove all other. So these are all I don't want. So I'm using control key for multiple selection. At the in one stretch, I'll remove all unwanted sheets. So I'll keep it only one sheet for me. Remaining all I will get removed. Okay. So now you can identify, insert if I go. This is right click insert. So general if I go, this is normal worksheet. So far what you inserted is called normal worksheet. You have chart sheet, macro sheet, and these are all template sheets. Plus you have all templates sheets, which is you can, these are all installed, and even you can take from office.com from online. You will get still more templates. So just if I'm preparing one billing statement or my time card, or I'm so for a employee login logout you wanted to maintain, or you wanted to have a expenses report. So like this, predefined files are there that we not file, predefined sheets are there that we call it as template sheets. Okay, so it's simple work, but we should know all these things. So when I say new worksheet, so the shortcut key, the general blank sheet you will get by using shift and the function key F11. Okay, info. Okay, so the new sheet can be of blank sheet. Then you have a chart sheet. So only it can get a chart. So then third model is macro enabled sheet, or uh, macro enabled sheets. It's your compulsorily want to use macro, so it's macro sheet. Exam. Okay. Macro enabled sheet, and the last one is template based sheets. So these are all types of new worksheets. So to insert new sheet, we use the easiest way or very quick, just shift F11. In that the types are there. The types are blank sheet. So F11 will give you only blank sheet. Further, if you want, you should right click on this insert. Then only you will get it. Okay. Fine. Then now I created one sheet with I entered some data. Okay. Now how do I save this? Go to file. So when you save a file, first you have to use save as. So first, like even if I use save option, what will happen? It will go to save as only. So what is save as? To save the file in new name. So first time when you create a new file, you should go for file, save as, then where you wanted to save, browse. So if it is important thing, important files or officially you are creating, better to save it in other drive, not on the desktop, not on the C drive. It is advisable. desktop will slow down your memory if you keep on storing lot of files, and even C drive is for where all the softwares will be installed, and it's a live memory also. So all the data can be stored separate drive like D or other drives. So it's that is the best way to use your system. So give the file name. So here when I try to save the file, I have all these formats. So right now I take the first format and I'll save it. Okay. Now I'll open folder explorer, that is Windows Explorer, where in E drive you can see the file just now we created. It is session 3. So you can see this file property, it's just now created 324. So it is Excel file. So this is the icon for Excel. And if you see the property of this file, it's session 3 is the primary name. Excel X, it is a extension name. So it is automatically got saved as XLSX. So what is this extension name? So we are going to, so I saved the file using save as option. So here we look at file formats. So these are all basic things you need to know. Okay. So file formats or the file types or file formats and types supported in Excel 2016 version. Okay, so the file which we create is called workbook file. In Word, if I create, is called document file. In PowerPoint is called presentation file. Like that, the file which we create in Excel is called workbook file. Right. So in this workbook file, if I save from the version 2007 till present version, I said Office 360 is the latest one. 2009, you are using 2016. What we are teaching is 2016. So 19 is there, Office 360 is there. So all this will save with XLSX. Okay, so that is an extension name, which means in the old file like 97 to 2003 or even before also, it is saved with .xls. Okay, so I will tell what is that X is extra. Okay, uh, then you have template file, template workbook file from 2016 till present version or current version. Okay, so it's called XLTX. T stands for templates. Means in the older version it is XLT only. So template means the file which have some predefined pre-formatted content, that is called template. So here it is XLT. Okay. Next, in the new version you have even macro enabled. So in Excel, one of the important feature or currently widely used by the company is Excel sheet with macros. So when you save macro along with your workbook, it can be saved with XLSEM. So macro enabled workbook is XLSEM. So I said before XLS and now it becomes XLSX. Okay, so this X stands for XML support. Means from 2007 for our office files like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you got XML support. Okay, so XML means extensible markup language. So which means it's very simple. You can share the files on web, on the internet, on the SharePoint, on the OneDrive. So all Office files can be shared online. So before they used to send through mail and they have to download, they have to open. But right now, how we in a networking, for example, in WhatsApp, you can share the message in the group so that immediately all the participant can view it. Similarly, in OneDrive or in the SharePoint, if I publish immediately, other people can get your data at the as soon as we share, many participants can see that. So that possibility is added, that is called extensible markup language. And even it can interact with other applications. Okay, so Excel is it's capable of working with other softwares. So that means particularly with most of the web applications, real-time web applications can interact with Excel worksheet. So they have made this XML support to the work in Excel or in a Word document, that is that is from the version 2007. Up to 2003 it is not there. From 2007 onwards it is there. So we are now in 2000. After 7 we got 2010, 13, then you got 16 now. So 16, 19, then 360. So in all, this XML support is there. Okay, so the file workbook have like in a Word or Excel or PowerPoint, you have two types of files. One is template file, another one is like workbook file, template file. If I go to MS Word, I have document and document template, presentation and template. So what is this template? So templates are predefined files, predefined, and content or content plus even it's pre-formatted. If I go to new, see here, I'll take, it's, I wanted to get a blue balance sheet or blue invoice, student schedule, so inventory list. So like this, what is your category? You want business related or personal or budget oriented? So if I take business, I'll get lot of categories over there, which takes from online. Okay, so from Office website, MS Office website, I will get, for example, I wanted to prepare one business quotation. So click on this, create. So it will get downloaded from MS Office website. So what is the standard model of a quotation? So the company, you can see here the in a quotation what how it should be, and in the company address, quotation for to whom you are sending, special instruction, who's the salesperson person you are sending. So all you can mention, but you have to update with your data. In this place you can put your company name. It is everything is alterable. Okay, so I can fix it here. What is a company name? So what is the address of that, and what are the quantity you are sending, what are the product you are sending, to whom you are sending. So everything you can mention. What is the purchase order number, shipment date. So everything you can mention, so automatically that sheet will be generated. So it's a predefined, pre-formatted files are called templates. So in Excel, in respect to Excel, what and all we need, what and all the requirements for various fields, various users. So for all they have defined, so that you can also create a template. So I'll tell you later. So now existing templates or which is taken from Office website. So if I say personal, so a normal user, what and all you wanted to use. So they wanted to family tree, or they wanted to create a event calendar. So in a month, who are all getting all the celebration days, or you wanted to prepare a weekly schedule planner. So everything personally. Okay, so same way. various categories are there, or if it is not there, you can give this clue and automatically MS Office will uh, search and give you the model file. Okay. So template is predefined file with predefined formatted. It is already organized with the data and even formulas, calculations, everything. So just the user has to use it and they can change their data. That is called templates. So it saves lot of your time. So means if I work for a company, I do some work repeatedly. Every day I have to prepare some reports, some kind of tables. So I can keep it as a table, okay, template. So whenever I want, I will open, I just reuse the data. I re-enter the data. So it saves my time. Okay. So now I have a question for one of you. Try to answer it. Dhanush, you tell me uh, define the word workbook. What you understood here? The question is for Dhanush. You can unmute or answer, or you can text me through the chat box. Are you live now? Dhanush, my question is, what is workbook? I think he's not live. Okay. Mithun, yeah. Dhanush or Mithun, you can answer me. What is workbook?
Ma'am, workbook is that file which contains one or more worksheets, ma'am.
Yeah, good. It's right. So the file which you create in Excel, the basic file is called workbook, which can have n number of worksheets. Right. Okay. Um, Mithun, still you are not live. Ramya, can you tell me what are operators? The question for Ramya, you can tell me what are operators. I think Ramya also not online. Next question is, so Chaitra, can you answer my question? What is operators? Even if you are not able to answer, you can chat me in the chat box. You can tell me directly, type in the chat box, or you can unmute and tell. Chaitra, what is operators? Mohammed, Shaikh, can you tell me? Uzma, Vaishnavi, K. Anikesh Kumar. You are copying and pasting to me, Anikesh. Operators are constructs defined within program. No generic functions, but which different syntactically. Okay. Operators are just symbols, which is like arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operators. Hmm? So arithmetic operators are symbols which do some manipulations with the data, like arithmetic operators, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, plus, minus, slash, asterisk, and greater than, less than, not equal to. These are all called operators. Okay. Ramya. Okay, good. Binuta, can you answer my question? How do you insert a new sheet using shortcut key? What is a shortcut key for inserting a sheet? The question for Vinuta. You can, for everyone I am telling, you can answer in the chat box. You can type the message in the chat as your answer, or you can unmute for a while and you can speak to me. Ranjan, can you tell me what is? Okay, no problem, Ramya, but you are given the answers, right? Okay, Aisha has given the answer as F11. Good. But to whom I asked, they are not answering. Hello. Rajesh Kumar, can you tell me what are the data types supported by Excel, or what are the data types are recognized by Excel cells? Rajesh Kumar, Mugunda, are you listening? Adarsh, can you tell me what are the data types is recognized by the cells? Ramya, it is just a shift F11. Okay. So some of the people are not responding. So I don't know whether. Okay. So one small exercise will do it off. So it's whatever we have done, it's just a basics of Excel. So it's what is worksheet, what is workbook, what is template, what are the types of file formats is supported. So that much we have seen, and Excel is also widely used by all the companies. So there, in the apart from the basic Excel, they are using VBA also, that is macros with Excel. So that's called macro enabled workbook. Okay, fine. So till then, any doubts you can ask me, you can message me. Okay. The next, so today we have to do one small exercise, just preparing a student table. So we have some short time, so within that I wanted to complete it off. So first two rows I'll make it empty, and from the third row I'll start typing. So where I enter roll number, and I'll give the heading as student name. Then for a student internal marks I'm entering. So here you can see the student name. I entered full, but the cell width is not sufficient. So just double click on the border to adjust your cell width as per content. So how long your content, to that width it will automatically extend. Okay. So first let me type the necessary data heading. So external marks, and I give your total. So again, external mark I'm extending. Here in Excel, one of the important feature is autofill handling. Means I'm going to fill a serial number with a combination of alphabets and number. So I given first two series S101, S102. Block these two cells using the fill handler. So you can see in the corner bottom of the cell, you have that square mark. This is autofill handler. Drag till you fill at least 115 numbers. So let us fill 15 records. So automatically it is recognized the difference between the two cell 101 and 102. and when I drag, automatically it is filled up with the values. So this is autofill handler. So today I didn't talk about that. So next class by Wednesday we will see more detail about autofill handler. So with the combination of alphabets and numbers also the fill handler will work. So I filled it here, then enter the name of the student. So I'm going to enter yours